do that first. In the bottom right spawn position here on Akilon, we've got playing in the red colors today, playing as Protoss, playing for Western Wolves, sponsored by Mad Cats. It is Daisy. And in the top left, we've got his opponent. He's going to have a very tough time, but all his friends are watching the stream, is what he just told us in the pre-game lobby chat. So hopefully he's going to be able to shine and take a game off this professional player. In the top left, in blue, it is our Terran player. It is Sharaka. And I love that name, Metals. Sharaka.
I was literally just about to say that, Lillian. Sharaka has to be so fun. And I hope he does really well and does some epic things, because once you get hyperactive as a caster, I think that name is only going to get more fun to say. And as we can see, we've got a SCV wandering across the map. Where are you going, SCV?
And we got a 10 gate out of Daisy.
Yeah.
So already some weird things happening here. Is this going to be a proxy Rex SCV? No, the barracks is going to be built in the main base. Surprisingly enough, no wall off. We pretty much exclusively see wall offs by Terran players in these days. If they want to go for a gas build. But this is a gas build, and there is no wall-off, so a probe could just go in and scout that. But luckily for Sharaka, there is no scouting probe coming. So he's not going to be able to see that a gas was taken. And this SCV is going to be thinking to himself, wait a second, that's an early gate.
That is an early gate, and there's an early cybernetics core as well. The gas coming down for Sharaka should mean that we get a little bit of aggression coming in, and there's the option of obviously getting the Reaper down, or just the fast factory, or just a quick reactor. So those are the different options that we do have available for the Terran player. Daisy at the moment, just happily mining off of one gas, one gate, one cyber core. Nothing too crazy as of yet. The Zealot on its way out, not getting chrono boosted or anything like that. So for the moment, these two not revealing too much what they're planning to be throwing out at each other. But a good scout off coming down from Sharaka. He's seeing everything and just keeping that SCV there, making sure that he knows exactly what comes out. A Stalker following up that Zealot. Do you reckon we'll get a quick mothership core?
Yep, there it is, quick Mothership Core. That's what this build relies on, getting a super early Zealot, a super early Stalker, and a super early Mothership Core to do some harassment damage and take advantage of the fact that the Terran might not have a bunker yet, or might be playing greedy as that SCV is getting taken out there. Might be playing greedy and taking a command center on the low ground that is still building. That's what this timing is relying on out of Daisy. So he's going to have two early Stalkers, a super early Zealot, a super early Stalker, a super early Mothership Core, and he's going to follow it up with another Stalker, and he's going to be supply capping himself at 26, a very late third pylon. So his probe count is going to be suffering, but these units are ridiculously early on the field.
Really early out, going to be putting on a little bit of pain. That bunker, though, will be very beneficial in holding this off, so quite a good position for Sharaka, in my opinion. He does have the factory coming down behind this. The bunker straight away revealed. The Zealot taking a bit of fire. The Mothership Core will give vision of the high ground, though.
Why is he building his command center there, Maddles? That is the worst spot to build your command center. The Stalker is going to be able to shoot at that SCV from the low ground and be able to do a lot of damage.
Oh, the Mothership Core taking a lot of fire. That is not something you want.
The Mothership Core has to be careful there.
And it is getting forced back, just a little dancing in and out of the bunker, but yeah, you're completely right, Lillian. That command center can be shot at from the low ground. A scan going off here for Sharaka, just saying, okay, what is behind this? And for the moment, actually, Daisy doesn't have too much. That supply depot will be forced to repair. A couple of SCVs getting pulled. We've got the Widow Mine as well. Gonna come and burrow up. Gonna force back those Stalkers a bit further. Always very frustrating, but I mean, I don't see this really breaking anytime soon, as long as the SCVs do repair that, and they don't.
Yeah, it was a futile operation anyway. Those Stalkers would have kept on shooting, he would have lost money, and now the Stalkers are going to go to that position I talked about earlier. Ooh, Mothership Core, be careful, flying past that bunker, taking a lot of fire, but there's an SCV in that bunker, so don't be tricked. It's not 4 Marines, it's only 3 of them, so the DPS is going to be a little bit lower. This command center is going to be forced to cancel, and Daisy is doing so much damage here.
Yeah, this is now suddenly incredibly dangerous. The cancel force, and that was such an integral part to Sharaka's play that you're right, why did he put it so close where it could be sniped there from the low ground? And it was after that aggression had already been displayed. Behind this, we've got Daisy getting down 2 additional gateways as well as the robotics facility. So following this up, and with the natural just getting started as well, really getting a nice rounded build. And the pressure has already managed to kill off a good 3 workers, so not a huge amount there, but the cancel on the command center was the real big win.
Yeah, the cancel on the command center was absolutely huge. the Widowmine hasn't been able to shoot a single time because Stalkers outrange Widowmines by quite a bit. They were able to shoot away at that supply depot and the command center without being in danger of being hit by that Widowmine. The siege tank now in position. Daisy sees that with his mothership core and realizes, okay, I need to move back my Stalkers a little bit, and he is in a fantastic position. Surprisingly enough, Sharaka is gonna try and play from behind. He's taking the macro option here. He's getting a command center.
He is getting the command center. He's got that tank up, as you quite rightly said, forcing us back. Marines moving forward. Bit of a brave move there. Managed to bait the Stalkers back into the siege tank, though. And in terms of the worker count, we can see that currently Daisy at 30 up against 25 SCVs. That actually means that the gas income is better for Daisy, but minerals relatively equal thanks to mules. But Double Forge coming down behind this. Daisy with the natural base up and secured. Comfortable position.
Very comfortable position, you're right, Maddles. 2 siege tanks now out, still no expansion out for Sharaka. He has the orbital command morphing in his main base, but it's not quite done yet. The Stalk's being forced back a little bit more as a second siege tank pops out on the field. The observer sees everything and realizes, okay, I do not have to worry about drops yet. I do not really have to worry about a push because there's very little Marines and very little siege tanks. Daisy is going to be thinking, om nom nom, I'm in a good position.
Teching up, as you quite rightly said, the right thing to do here. That observer giving all of the information. One of those Stalkers getting incredibly low, could get sniped down. We see that the orbital command is trying to float its way to secure the natural. Of course, Sharaka knows that he needs to get that base secured in order to stay competitive in this game. Stim just starting at the 9-minute 35 mark, so a very late stim, and that's something which means that you're not going to be able to move out without that. Ultimately, you've got to get it up, you've got to be in a good position, and that just means Daisy can sit back, is going to get a good number of Colossi out before there's any risk of a push moving across this map.
Yeah, it's going to have to deal with the drop. Maybe that Widowmine is going to be in there. Maybe even something crazy like a siege tank will come along for that drop. Would be fun to watch, not something we get to see every day. I mean, Sharaka has to do some crazy things to come back into this game. But a matter of fact, drop with the siege tank in it, that's not going to be the way to do it. But he has to do something crazy.
He's got to, and the trouble is that once you start doing those crazy things up against a player of Daisy's caliber, it's going to be insanely hard to try and make that successful, unless of course you catch your opponent off guard. But for the moment, Daisy extended thermal lance coming down, the double upgrades are also getting researched. The Twilight Council just started construction, and the third base getting ready to be secured. Everything piecing together just how the Protoss player would want it at this stage of the game.
Yeah. I would be a very happy Protoss player if I would be playing in Daisy's place right now. I'm having my upgrades being chrono boosted out. I've got Colossi about to hit the field. I know my opponent isn't moving out yet. Ooh, move your observer, Daisy. There's a missile turret. Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. That's going to be a dead observer.
That is about to be a one very dead observer in about 3 seconds, unfortunately. So
we have a bit of a drop happening in the back of the mineral line of Daisy here. It's got a bunker building there and a few Marines. Was able to kill a few probes. 5 workers killed actually by Sharaka. That's not bad at all. He's going to kill more probes in the main base, it looks like. That's cool. That's actually something that might bring him back into this game a little bit.
Yeah, he needs to kill a good number of them. There goes down the photon overcharge though, so a quick lift up will be required. In total, we see that Sharaka has managed to kill 5 workers. The medevac just managing to escape. Really lucky there, but still, having said that, Daisy is ahead in terms of the worker count. And with the third base coming down, is obviously looking in a very good position. But there, the medevac does go down. Mothership core getting very low, does need to retreat incredibly quickly, and does fall. Nice little snipe off there from Sharaka. I'd say that drop suddenly became worth it after the probe kills plus the mothership core. Great position.
I would agree. That was probably worth it. A lot of lost mining time happening too at the natural and in the main base. So Daisy taking more damage than I expected from that drop. That was actually well microed by Sharaka, and he's not that far behind in reality. Look at the supplies. It's only 6 supply differential, but the real difference is in tech and upgrades, Maddles. 2-2 is on the way for Daisy, whereas Sharaka is just now researching his first upgrade, which is +1.
And those upgrades are just going to become such a big issue because, of course, Daisy will be chrono boosting those all the way throughout this game, and therefore will be pulling ahead anyway. And with the, obviously, 2-2 completing probably before 1-1 will even be done for Sharaka, it's putting Daisy in a great spot. But this is a nice little timing push. We've got a couple of tanks, a couple of medevacs, that one lone Widowmine scuttling along beside the Marines. This is the sort of opportunities that Sharaka has to make work. And we saw with the drop that he can get some really nice snipes off. But with 2 Colossi there, it's going to be tough to make it work.
Yeah, his siege tanks are a little bit late on sieging, and the zealots are getting fantastic surface area here. Those siege tanks are going to be so naked and exposed. They're going to go down really quickly. The medevac's going to get taken out. Some cute drop micro being done, but it's not going to make any kind of a difference. The upgrade advantage, the tech advantage is really starting to show right now. Even though Sharaka was only down by like 10 to 20 supply, the upgrades and the tech made that a very one-sided battle. Daisy is definitely going to go on to win this game. He's on 3 bases already. He could just push in and finish the game right now, or he could play it like Todd did. He could grab a 4th, get even more upgrades, but he's
going to move in with 2-2. 2-2's just about to complete. As we can see, there's only a single siege tank here. The zealots are charging up the ramp. The tank not getting focused yet, but there we go. Finally goes down, and even if that tank had magically stayed up, there was not enough here to work, and Sharaka realizes that and calls the GG, and game 1 will go in favor of Daisy.